They said my husband vanished. Then I saw him watching our house at midnight. I never imagined my life could break this way. The day I learned my husband had vanished, everything shifted. The world didn't pause. It continued moving as if nothing had happened, but for me, the ground had cracked beneath my feet. My name is Margaret, I'm 68 years old, and I've lived in this quiet neighborhood my entire life. Our home was a familiar cocoon, each room holding a lifetime of memories. Laughter, arguments, quiet mornings with coffee, late nights with whispered secrets. I thought I knew every corner of our home, every nuance of our lives together. Until that night. The day began like any other. I had breakfast alone as he often did, and he had left early like he always did. But by mid-afternoon, a creeping worry began to take hold. Phone calls went unanswered. Friends who called him for work or casual check-ins reported no response. My unease grew silent and gnawing. By evening I learned the unthinkable. He was gone. Vanished, the police said. No signs of a struggle. No messages, no notes. Just nothing. I was told to stay calm, to give it time, to wait. But waiting felt impossible. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. Every creak of the house, every gust of wind against the windows, felt like a whisper. Something wasn't right. I went to bed early that night, hoping exhaustion would give me clarity. But at midnight I woke to a strange sensation. The feeling of being watched. My bedroom window, slightly ajar for the cool night air, reflected the moonlight back into the room. And in that reflection I saw him. Not in memory. Not in dreams. He was standing outside our house, motionless, observing, his silhouette etched against the faint glow of the street lamp. My heart raced, disbelief and fear colliding. They had said he vanished. Yet there he was, silent, watching. In the days that followed, small signs made me question my sanity. Doors left ajar that I had closed myself. Keys missing from their usual hooks, only to be found under cushions. Shadows that seemed to linger just beyond the corner of my vision. I tried to convince myself it was exhaustion, that grief was twisting reality. But the mail arrived that afternoon with a note I hadn't recognized. The paper was thin, almost fragile, and the message was a single line. "You're not alone." I froze. The words were ambiguous, but the tone carried a weight that made my chest tighten. That night I heard footsteps on the porch. Slow, deliberate, unhurried. I peeked through the blinds. The yard was empty, save for the swaying branches of the old oak tree. And yet, the sense of being observed, of someone lurking just beyond the light, refused to leave me. Sleep became elusive. Every sound, the whine of the wind, the hum of the refrigerator, the creak of the old floorboards, was amplified in my mind. Each echo felt like a warning. Then came the messages. Short, fragmented, often meaningless, but chilling nonetheless. "Do you remember? It's closer than you think. Look behind you." Calls went unanswered, even the ones I tried to make myself. Letters appeared, written in handwriting that was unfamiliar yet oddly deliberate, addressed to him or sometimes to me. It wasn't random. Someone was orchestrating this, meticulously, deliberately, as if they wanted me to question everything I knew. One evening, I discovered a covered object in the living room. A box draped with an old blanket. My hands shook as I lifted the cover. Inside was a watch, stopped at exactly midnight, and a photograph of us together, smiling at a time that felt impossibly distant. The sight made my heart clench. Someone wanted me to feel his presence even in his absence. Someone wanted me to unravel. It all came to a head one night, when I heard the unmistakable sound of footsteps in the hallway outside my bedroom. My heart leapt into my throat. Slowly I crept toward the source, peering into the dim light that spilled from the living room. And there he was. Not a shadow. Not a memory. Not a trick of the light. My husband stood there, pale, tense and silent, as if afraid I would vanish like he supposedly had. "Why are you here?" I asked, my voice trembling, whispering more to steady myself than to him. He didn't answer at first. Just met my gaze, his eyes carrying a storm of emotions I couldn't immediately decipher. Relief? Fear? Regret? "You shouldn't be alone," he finally said. I shook my head, my voice barely audible. "No. Someone doesn't want me alone. Someone wants me scared." The mask slipped. The facade of normalcy I had clung to shattered in an instant. He confessed haltingly. His disappearance hadn't been random. It hadn't been a fleeting act, a betrayal. He had been forced into hiding. To protect me, to protect a secret that was far more dangerous than I could have imagined. The notes, the messages, the covered objects, all were orchestrated by him or by those who had threatened him, to prepare me for what I was about to discover. I learned the truth in fragments, pieced together through whispered conversations and quiet confessions. He hadn't vanished by choice. He had been ensnared in something bigger. A manipulation, a hidden family conflict, and secrets dating back years, hidden under layers of lies and fear. His absence, the messages, the strange occurrences, all were designed to shield me from a reality I wasn't ready to confront. To protect me. And yet, in the midst of all the deception, there was a final, undeniable truth. He had never truly left. He had been watching, safeguarding, even if his methods terrified me. The realization was a mixture of relief and disorientation. Everything I had believed about his disappearance, every fear and suspicion, had been built on partial truths. That night I sat by the window. Rain tapped softly against the glass, a quiet rhythm that matched the pounding in my chest. The silence of the house was deafening, filled with memories and questions. I thought about our life together. The mornings we shared coffee at the kitchen table, the arguments we resolved with awkward laughter, the nights spent talking softly in the dark. Every memory felt vivid and fragile at once. I realized grief wasn't just sadness. It was confusion, disbelief, fear, and revelation all tangled together. And amidst it, clarity emerged. He hadn't abandoned me. He hadn't lied for selfish reasons. He had been protecting me from truths too heavy to bear all at once. Tears rolled down my face, a mixture of sorrow and relief, exhaustion and understanding. My heart ached, not from betrayal but from the weight of knowing what it took to keep me safe. The days that followed were quiet. Healing came in small increments, each one delicate and fragile. I confronted the people who had played a role in orchestrating the deception. I asked the questions no one expected me to ask, uncovering hidden motives, old wounds, and secrets that had festered for decades. Trust didn't return overnight. Some relationships remained strained, others transformed in subtle ways. But I learned to navigate the fragile balance between suspicion and love, caution and faith. And now, when I see him standing at the window watching the night unfold, I no longer feel fear. I feel understanding. A sense of connection forged in the crucible of mystery, tension, and survival. I hear his voice, soft and steady. Be careful who you trust, even the ones closest to your heart. It isn't a threat. It's guidance. A reminder that love, even when tested by uncertainty, can endure. And in the stillness of the night, as rain falls gently against the glass, I finally understand that some truths, no matter how shocking, are gifts, if we have the courage to receive them.